I'm a Forester here, and it's time for another knife collection video. I did one of these videos maybe about a year and a half ago, and I've added a few knives, so I wanted to update it. Now, I didn't go back and look at that old video and make sure that the knife order is the same. These are ranked from 1 to 28 in order of preference, which knives I would let go first, and on this end, which knives I would keep until very last. And the last 5 are covered up, so those will be a surprise. Now, I do have a fairly small collection, I think, 28 knives here, but some people commented on the earlier video that this is a large collection, and everybody's situation is different. I still consider this fairly small, and when I look at other people's knife collection videos, some have every knife in their collection seems to be a premium knife. I'm not that way. A lot of these knives are knives that I carried over the years in work, and I do have a few nice knives, but let me jump into this. I'll try to go through this fairly quickly. The first knife I would let go is a knife that I used a lot. It's a fairly generic little pocket knife, a lockback knife, and it came from Cabela's. The next knife is a Cutco Sportsman's knife. I did a video on this one. And this was one of the first knives. I think it was the first knife that I bought when I first got into collecting knives just recently. This is a knife I got from the FN Gun Factory in Columbia, South Carolina. It's made by Browning, and I think it's model 560. I won't swear to that. This knife is a Kershaw Crown. I did a video on this knife. It's not my favorite knife to carry. It's fairly heavy, but I do carry it from time to time. This is a new knife to my collection. I don't think it was in the older video that I did, but it's a Rough Rider toothpick. I was just attracted to toothpicks in general. I wanted to try one, see if I enjoyed it, and so I did get one. I found I don't use it all that much. It's pretty limited on what you can do with it. This next knife is a Remington Trapper. I enjoy the knife. I like it. It has a lot of capability, but it is fairly heavy, so I tend to not carry it that much. The next 2 knives are Kershaw's. This is the Kershaw Blur, and this is the Kershaw Scallion. Both of these have speed assist. I tend not to really prefer speed assist. Let me zoom out just a little so I can get the knife better in picture. The Kershaw Blur is where it is because the speed assist broke, and I probably need to send it back to get it repaired. The Kershaw Scallion, the speed assist still works, but I just tend to not like the style of that knife, the looks of it. This knife, these 2 knives right here, the Victorinox and this old-timer pocket knife, are knives that I carried. They were my basic work knives for years and years, probably for 20 years. And probably this Victorinox is the knife that I've used the most in my career. Now, this is a new knife to the collection. This is a Bradley Kimura, and I don't recall which Kimura it is. I thought maybe I would get into flipping, and if I did a video where I actually cut myself trying to do a trick, and I showed that. And so sometime after that, I quit doing tricks with the Balisong. And when I do carry it, I carry it from time to time, but when I do carry it, I just use it as a standard knife for utility task, EDC. Okay, this is a Macusta. I don't recall the model number. I didn't bother to look it up. This was a fairly expensive knife, but I don't really carry it all that much. And I don't really know why. I did a video on it, discussed it a little bit more, but it's sort of in the middle of the pack. Okay, these are 2 slip joint knives. This one was my dad's knife. It's a very small little pocket knife. It's the only case knife in my collection that I own. And this was a knife, it's an Uncle Henry, but it was given to me for speaking at a conference. Okay, this knife is a Boker Plus. It's the Boker Elegance. Oh, excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong one. This is a Benchmade, and I think it's the Benchmade 235. It has a Paul axle lock. And I don't carry it all that much. I think I refer to it as a one-trick pony. It sort of has a unique way of opening, and for that reason I don't really carry it. This is a knife I carry a lot. Now I'm getting into knives that I carry more. This is an Almar Hawk. It's the ultralight model, and very lightweight, very useful. You don't know that you have it in your pocket. This knife is the one I've just mentioned by mistake. This is the Boker Plus Elegance. I'm talking so fast I'm running out of breath, so I'll slow down just a little bit. But this is the Boker Plus Elegance. This is a very stylish knife, and I enjoy carrying it. I enjoy carrying it a lot, and I do carry it a lot. Now the next three knives are what I would say are my working knives right now. If I have some serious work to do, one of these next three knives are what I carry. This one is, of course, the Spyderco Tenacious. This is the Spyderco Delica, and this is the Kershaw Skyline. And they're very close in preference, but I would say if I had to keep one of those three, I would keep the Skyline. The next one, and well, let me look at the model number. I think it's the 705. There you go. It's the Benchmade 705. It's discontinued. And this knife right here is where it is just mainly for collectability purposes. I don't carry it all that much. Occasionally I do. But the next one, it was a new knife to the collection. This was a gift from one of the viewers, and I appreciate that very much. He even included a lanyard. I've taken the lanyard off the knife because I was carrying it so much that the lanyard was getting dirty, so I wanted to save it. But this is a Benchmade Mini Griptilian, and it's the only partial serrated blade that I have. Now I just did a video on this knife. This is the CRKT Ripple, and I really enjoy this knife. I labeled it my favorite fondling knife. It's the knife that I enjoy playing with. Now I'm finding myself with a hand, the wrong hand here, but I'm going to try to uncover these. The next one is my Almar Eagle. This is the classic model. This was my first really tactical blade that I purchased when I got into knives, and I've enjoyed carrying it. The next one is my Sage 4 by Spyderco that has the ironwood handle or grip. And I do enjoy, you'll see a lot of these, my favorite knives do have natural materials for their handle because I do prefer that. Okay, the next one, whoop, I gave away the next one, but the next one is the Menundi. This has a walnut handle, and the Menundi is really a perfect all-around knife for EDC. I use it, it's my quintessential gentleman folder. Okay, the next one, try to uncover it, not show the top one, is my Benchmade 940. Now this was my #1 knife in the last video that I did, and it got replaced by my #1 knife, and it doesn't take much guesswork to guess it if you watch my videos, but it's my Chris Reeve Sebenza, and that has rosewood handles. Right now, that's the best knife that I have. I do carry it, not every day, but I carry it probably once a week, I would say. Okay, there's my knife collection. I hope you've enjoyed it. 28 knives. I did leave a few out that I didn't include that were on the low end. I included those in the last video. But y'all take care. I hope you've enjoyed the video.